This Nibble originally aired on RSBANDB Update 741, Move Fast and Remaster. Enjoy. There's two traits that I'm going to be paying special attention to next week. The first one is Fortunate, which gives an extra 5% beans. The other one is Giver, which will allow the animal to give 3% more XP when harvested.
Yeah, so your efficient players are not going to want any animal that doesn't have Giver. Okay.
Exactly. And this is where people who have the farm maxed out already can benefit. Where I see the money going on this is that if people are going for XP, they're going to want black dragons with the Giver trait. And you can sell those at Adolescent. They can raise them to Elder if they want, and voila, XP. Or maybe even at Baby if they want to go the full path. I don't know what's going to be the preferred method, Adolescent or Baby, but there you go. That's the benefit of this part of the nerf right here. And this is what makes the player-owned farm changes so impactful in my point of view and will allow the money to start flowing in from the farm is the increased heredity of these traits. And there's one more thing. Let's say you produce a collection of shiny animals, and you can either sell them as a breeding pair so that they can continue on to produce shinies, or you could stack Giver with the shiny animals. The shiny animals will now produce 25% more XP up from the 10%. So the best way of going about this is going to be to sell shiny animals and let people cash them in for XP. And, you know, in some ways, this part about the breeding changes is to situate the people who are concerned about completing the breeding log. But in my view, this is the biggest net benefit where someone who has optimized the player-owned farm can reap the rewards starting next week is through breeding. Specifically with shinies.
Albeit slower, but yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
And, I mean, a shiny animal with 25% more XP and double XP, you're going to be getting more XP than you are right now.
And I wonder if that's going to stick. I mean, it seems like nothing scaling
it's going to be a lot
sticks.
No, it's going to be a lot of work to produce these shinies. I have my breeding pen set to with 2 dragons who are capable of producing shinies. If anything, I get 1 shiny every 2 weeks.
Oh, jeez.
So as it is right now, they are stupid rare. And, you know, based on these changes right now, I'd imagine I'd go to maybe 1 every 7 to 10 or 10 days after these changes come in. And that's with a perfect breeding pair. So it's not going to be too much. And with this, you know, this is the classic give a little, take a little. We give a little to them, but we also take a little back from them in the terms of being able to further optimize the farm. And I wish that was conveyed a little bit better in this post, because you really need to read through this and you need to understand how the farm works to see that this is an actual buff to the farm for those who have effectively min-maxed it and figured out what's going on with it. I see this as a buff, not a nerf.
Well, I mean, this part is, yeah, they definitely.
Because I can effectively do 2 herb runs a day and probably have enough to feed the mushroom people for 3 to 4 days.
Yeah. Look, don't get me wrong. This is 100 times better than the previous version. Like, you know what I mean?
And that's what people want to hear.
Much better.
And that's what people want to see and hear.
Yeah. Yeah, I think really feeding mushrooms is what I'm down to now as my major concern.
You know what I should do? I should produce a guide on how to make money with farming.
Yeah, well, you'd definitely be the guy to do that. Like what you're saying when it comes to the money, yeah, you're probably going to be able to make money again from the farm. At the price of less XP and
but
and
more XP
maintenance.
if you have the money to burn, you can just go buy shinies. And
You can.
This is not an XP nerf for you.
No, the rich get richer. Everyone else takes it on the chin. But no, I mean that's just kind of the way it is. I think the best part to me is bringing in the ability to maximize your XP according to your knowledge of the game and your ability to stack your buffs.
Yes, and that's
like
exactly
that is very good.
The way the farm should have come in, rather than just, hey, everybody gets max XP. And another thing we forgot about, the beehives. You're going to be able to take those honeycombs that raise happiness and raise health and sell those on the GE, because what happens every time you use one of those honeycombs? They give you an extra 10% health or happiness. And if you don't want to feed your animals, if you just want to let them grow, have at it. But instead, use the honeycombs and top them up before you check the XP.
Yeah. I've never been able to get my honeycombs going right.
It all comes down to farming the flowers.
Okay.
Because each honeycomb takes a different flower. And, this is something there was lots of money in for the first week or so of farms. And then when everyone realized, we don't really need honeycombs, it just kind of dried up. So the ones that you're going to be interested in if you want to get ahead of yourself this weekend are delicious honeycombs, which are produced from marigolds, which boosts happiness, and medicinal honeycombs, which boost health, which is produced from woad leaves, which you can buy from Weiss and the Gardener in Falador for 25 GP each.
Might need to go see him. Maybe I make a little bit.
Go put your flowers in the honeycombs this Friday and be ready on Monday to start selling these honeycombs.
Yeah, it's not a bad idea.
Because people always look at the food as a way to raise the animal's health. But if you want the surefire way of raising it, it comes down to these honeycombs. You can watch full episodes of RSBANDB Update right here on this YouTube channel. You can also listen to audio versions of RSBANDB Update at update.rsbnb.com, and feel free to subscribe to our show and any number of podcast listeners out there at update.rsbnb.com/subscribe.